Hi, today we are in Berlin with Tollabox. Bea, who are you and what do you do?
Hello, I'm Bea. I'm the founder and the chief creative officer of Tollabox. And I do this box. That's a monthly subscription box for families with children between 4 and 10 years. It's actually like a 3D magazine. It comes once per month. It has a special theme and it brings you material and ideas. That's staying.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've got it open. It's too full, you know.
Okay.
So it brings a lot of material and ideas to create playful educational experiences. So this one would be about healthy food, and it brings you a couple of things where kids learn together with kids. They would make their own ice cream.
So you always have a theme for each box.
Yes, each box has a theme, like healthy food or animals or planets or whatever. And you've got material and ideas inside to have educational experiences with your kids, to tinker, to experiment, to do a lot of things around.
Okay, great.
And it comes together also with a story. And this story is about 4 little fellows from a star very far away from the Earth, which are,
Here's one. Right?
here's one, here's another one. They're visiting kids on Earth and learn about life on Earth and whatever happens here.
Bea, what did you do before you started Tollabox?
I was a school founder. I created a couple of, actually 9 bilingual schools across Germany, in Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg, and so on. These are schools for kids from 3 to 18, so the whole range of the school with kindergarten, primary school, and secondary school. And it's a very entrepreneurial school. So this was the idea of creating something that boosts the whole educational system.
Okay, so understood. So now you're taking the online educational business.
Yes, it's online, and my pain point with schools was that schools are limited. Schools are limited to a certain area where people can come to the school, but this is nothing you can spread across the whole country or something like that. And I wanted to create something that everybody can afford, or almost everybody can afford, and that is not regionally limited. So that's why I created the box.
Great. Bea, let's talk about the business model. How is the current business model working?
Well, the business model is subscription e-commerce. So people get to know about us via different media, and then they come to our website and they subscribe the product. And we send them each month a box with a certain theme, and they pay either per box or per 3 months or per half a year.
And when they get a box, they have some educational stuff they can learn, but in addition they have some other content types that they can use and learn.
Well, the idea is you see here a physical product. I mean, whatever you have in the box are things where you put your hands on and you learn about that. But the idea is not to limit it to a physical experience, but to give the kids impulses and starting points to learn and awake their natural curiosity. And then each thing we put in that box, this is self-developed content, we lead them to further experiences. So we offer online in our blog additional content like videos, like recommendation for apps, like other things to do that are tied in with the monthly theme. So that the idea is to give them something to hook their attention on and then for them to move further. That's how good learning works. And this is also how learning should work in the digital age.
Okay, great. And can you tell us or walk us through the process of creating such a box? I mean, you have to think about really what is the theme of a box, where I get all the suppliers, etc.
Yes, and I have to say this is real fun. This is something I enjoy really, really deeply together with my whole team. So what we do, We have, of course, a plan and a kind of database of different content ideas, but then we have also a play curriculum. It's something that is very sound. We worked on that with experts. So we have something that fosters in a holistic way the whole personality of the child. So it's not only about things you learn in school, it's also about own personality, social learning, and things like that. So this is our basis. We start from there and we say, what do we need to deliver in terms of curriculum? And then we brainstorm on monthly themes. And then once we have an idea of this is going to be the theme for the next month, like for instance, this box, it was about healthy food, we would start to see what kind of already existing ideas do we have, and we create new ideas. I have a design thinker on the team. My co-founder Sarah is also participating. She's also a mum. And also other people on the team. We have also a lot of interns, designers who are working with us. So we have the first ideas. Once we have them, we restrict that to kind of 4 or 5 ideas per box that could work. And then I start to call my educators. We have some experts. And then I go on the phone and I have a school leader and a kindergarten person or another educational expert who is also counseling the Kika, the most important children channel in Germany. So I go on the phone with them and ask them, what do you think about that? And then they make suggestions. They make also improvement ideas. And once we have that, we develop a prototype. And then we have families coming in our office and testing that. And whatever is pedagogically fantastic but not working with kids, we kick it out and try to do something else. And when we have said, okay, the prototype is fine, everything is fine, then the procurement starts. So that's mainly Sarah's job. Sarah is my co-founder. And she started to work with different suppliers to get everything that we need in terms to make it a good experience and a quality product. And once we have that, we need to package it. And we're working with Mosaic. Mosaic, it's a special garage to pack it together, and we're working with disabled people. This is packed together by disabled people. It's a very special atmosphere there. But
social element.
But there is a social element in it.
Okay, great.
It's a good thing for them.
And in terms of the boxes, are they conditional on any factors like age or gender or something else?
Actually, no, not yet. We target the box to be for 4 to 10 years old. So younger kids would experience it together with the parents, and the older kids are doing it on their own. But we are now analyzing a little bit our market and working with our clients together. Maybe we will have a split. We don't know yet.
Understood. Let's talk about the corporate strategy. I mean, there are several other competitors in Germany, Europe, and maybe even the US. How do you try to position yourself, and what are the main drivers for your future success?
Lots of questions in one. Let's start with the differentiation point. There is one big player in the US, it's called Kiwi Crate. And also in Germany, we have a couple of competitors like Wummelkiste or Exploribox. I think our main differentiation point is our play curriculum, and that our product comes from an educational idea. It's not a copycat. I developed it with an educational purpose. And once you open it, probably it gives you also very playful experiences, so that a customer does not really notice this is educational stuff inside, but the effect is bigger. And additionally, there is something inside that really differentiates us. Customizers. It's each box comes with a story. So it's not only about having the things to tinker and to experiment, it's also about this 4 little fellows from another star, the Tollabox.
And you wrote it and developed it by yourself.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
And we have in each box a story for the kids, and it comes also as an audiobook.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of work to do that,
sure.
but that's how we can transport also our educational idea of social learning to the kids. And this is also, well, our branding and what ensures us in terms of strategy, the loyalty of our customers, because kids get in love with those Tollabox and they want to learn about their next adventure.
Okay.
So it's not only stuff, it's also storytelling.
Sure, understood. And what do you think are the major drivers for your future growth in comparison? I understood what the unique value proposition is. And now the question is, how do you want to try to position yourself in the market and grow further?
The idea is, first of all, to get known.
To get what?
To get known, to get awareness about our brand. It's not. It's a product that is not easy to understand. It's a box, it has a lot of things inside, so people have to get a notion about what it is. Since boxes like Glossy Box or Citrus Lane or something like that are out there in the market, there is also a misunderstanding in there, because people sometimes think we're repackaging products from toy suppliers, and that's what we're not doing. We're a content company, we're developing everything ourselves. So people need to get this idea and the notion. So strategically wise, we are trying to create a whole holistic media experience. So we reach our customers via TV, via online, via social media. So we try to get more entry points into the market of parents with kids in that age, and to create the awareness and the readiness to purchase the product. So this is actually basically what we are working on. There are a lot of marketing channels that didn't work in the beginning. We've tried a lot of things and they didn't work. And now I think we are on the way to have a good compendium of things that work and reach our parents, and create also not only purchasers, but the idea is to have a long life of our
customer lifetime.
Purchase. The customer lifetime is really key to our product.
Sure.
So if they just come buy one box and say thanks, this was fantastic, that's not helping.
Right.
We need to increase the customer lifetime, and this is a mix between marketing, reaching the right people who really want this experience, who are not trying to get just a box the cheapest way possible, but to
retain them,
and to retain, to stay with us, and to value also the educational experience. It's very important for us.
Okay. In terms of market development, can you tell us a little bit more about the online or offline entertainment or edutainment market?
Well, edutainment, let's say the education market. It's growing, it's getting more interest. The idea of education as a key success factor for our society is increasingly noticed by all the companies that are outside. I think there are a lot of educational products out there, and even from my perspective as a school founder, there is a huge attention or whatever is there in the market of education. So this is growing. And I think I said it once that energy and education are the key success markets for the future of a society.
Okay. With energy, you mean like
I mean
oil,
lights and oil and everything that in it, because that's part of society. And the most important resource a society has is actually whatever they can burn in terms to create life and motion and so on, and the brains of their children, because this is something that evolves.
They are creating the future, right?
Yes, they are creating the future. So you asked also about online and offline. I think online is, of course, a very highly grown business, and there's going to be more and more in this market.
Okay, great. I mean, you started some other companies in the past. Can you tell us a little bit more about your major learnings? Or maybe also from learning, when you learn from other entrepreneurs, what have been what are the key takeaways that you can share with us?
I'm not a serial entrepreneur, really. I just founded 2 companies. But I've learned a lot. One of the most important things is to keep the courage and to not be too afraid about what might happen, but just to take it step by step and to say, okay, I'm going to solve one problem at a time, and it's going to be good.
Okay.
And so, you know, this old entrepreneur idea that an entrepreneur is somebody who jumps from a cliff and builds the parachute on the way down. It's helpful to think in these terms because then you don't worry too much about everything. The next point is to get on the team people who are smarter than you. And that's something I believe. I can't do everything. I'm not able to do everything, and I think I'm not good at everything. So teaming up with people who are different than you are and also maybe also smarter than you are, that's a very helpful thing. And I have also another thing about this courage idea, and that's really very concrete. Because sometimes you need a lot of courage to do things, and sometimes things come up where you get afraid about things. So I learned I have my 10 fingers scale. And whenever something comes up that frightens me, I start to think how bad it is on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 considering that this is about death or war or something like that. And once I start to think about it and go like, okay, maybe it's now a 4 or a 5, then I get calm and I can solve my things better. So this is very practical.
Thank you very much, Bea, for your time.